Hello everybody. I'm just out on a walk on a beautiful day at Fort Steilacoom, and I'm here with my baby Brixton, and we were just actually walking through the trails behind me, and it was really interesting. It made me really reflect on the nature of challenges. And as the Director of Leader Communications at World Vision International, overcoming challenges is something I do on a daily basis. And I used to really avoid them in the past because it's like, why make our life more painful than it needs to be? But I've come to accept that it's really part of the nature of our work when you're working with leaders. And I work with some amazing people. So the challenges is not with them, it's the nature of the work that we do. And sometimes there's external challenges that affect us, and sometimes there's internal ones. And without going into detail, I can share some of my learnings that have come with in this role, not only in this role, but in previous roles that I've had working with other leaders. And I would say that one of the most important things to overcoming challenge is to have an open mindset. So what helps me is to expect that there will be challenges and develop plans to mitigate them. So I love to tell everybody I'm on plan D right now because I've got my plan A, B, C, D, and so on. It doesn't mean that plan D is terrible. It just meant that my first idea, my first option didn't work out the way that I planned. And it could be really despite my best efforts, but it's just the nature of what we do. So I think it's important when you are in a position like this working with executives is be able to think broadly and think at a high level and figure out how are we going to make something happen if all doors seem shut at the moment. The goal is to get one door open. And walking through the forest just now with my baby, I didn't have a map. I didn't know where I was going. There were many different trails that I could take. And guess what? They all ended up right here where I wanted to be anyways. I might have, one of the trails might have taken me off course a little bit, minor detour, but hey, I got to enjoy the scenery. But in the end, I came here to where I wanted to be in this open field. So I think it's important to really think big and think about how are you going to work around those hurdles. That is very key when you're working with executives, because things don't always go our way and you've got to plan for the unplanned scenarios. I would also say be optimistic and pursue your vision. Sometimes it may take a while for people to come on board with you, and this may not necessarily be the people you are directly working with. This might be the people around you that you need to bring along on that journey. And I like to think about allies. For me, allies, there can be quick allies and long-term allies. Quick ones are people that easily jump onto the vision and you're ready to go. I like to work with those people because I can move quick. But sometimes you need to build relationships with other people who will be your long-term allies to help you get to where you need to be. So it's really important to think about relationship building and thinking about how you can work with the right people that you need to bring you along on your journey. And my baby's being really patient as I'm working through this video here. Finally, I would say in order to pursue your vision, you have to be strong-minded and be willing to be patient, but also be willing to put forth yourself to bring people along on that journey. Sometimes the visions that we have in our head, they might not be seen by people right away or understood by other people. And therefore, we can take it upon ourselves to bring to life that vision by using ourselves. This is something I do quite often. If people can't understand what I'm trying to share or preach or convey or explain to them, sometimes I realize I have got to live and embody that and model it and help bring people along on that journey. So this is one way that I work around challenges, and I hope that you find some encouraging words from this.